What you value is what they value, and vice versa. Your values align. Hello and welcome to another Debt-Free College Kid video. I'm glad you joined me. Today we'll be talking about how to choose what college is right for you. This is especially important for my friends who are watching who are high school seniors. And those of you in that situation know that, enrollment officers are there emailing you night and day saying, hey, get your application in. Oh, only so many more days until this deadline approaches. And it can be really stressful, and you might be frazzled and not know whether you have the time to choose what college is best for you. But trust me, if you take the time now and go through the steps I outline in this video, you will have a lot more confidence and a lot more clarity when it comes to this very important decision. So let's dive right in. I used to think that we students, when considering what college to choose, had to focus on price. That price was more important. But now I'm convinced that value is what we should be looking for. So let me just go ahead and open up with this. And go ahead and comment below with your answer. What do you value? Do you value sports? Perhaps you value how soon you'll get hired after graduation. Do you value prestige or influence? Maybe you value friendship or a particular family tie. Perhaps a relative of yours went to that school before. Or maybe you have a particular spiritual belief or mode of worship you'd like to see emphasized on campus. Once you know that one thing you value, search for 3 schools that have that number one value, your number one value, ingrained in their culture. This doesn't mean that they have it on the side as a fringe benefit. No. They have intentionally put it as a part of who they are as an institution. In other words, what you value is what they value, and vice versa. Your values align. That's the school you're looking for ultimately. So for me, I value a Christian lifestyle, which means that I chose 3 schools that encouraged the teachings of Jesus being lived out in campus life. If you have sports as your number one, maybe an Ivy League school is in your options. But it does not have to be. You do not I want to make this point real clear. You don't have to go to an Ivy League school to be successful, to make whatever dream you have possible. Unless, there are some cases where the Ivy League education is the goal. In that case, you got a lot of work to do, either in studying or working or getting those scholarships. I believe you can do it if that's what you want to choose. But if you feel like you have to in order to win at life, don't believe that. Only go to an Ivy League school if that's the school that, again, aligns with your values the most. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that. But whatever you choose, find 3 schools that reflect your value, and they must be in these 3 categories. 3 categories. And for this, I'm going to turn to my whiteboard here as a visual aid. So we have 1, 2, 3 categories. Now, this first category, and these categories are dependent on tuition. So, your first of 3 schools, and all of them match your values, okay? This one should have less than $10,000 in tuition, and that's per year. 10,000 per year. This second category must have tuition less than $25,000 per year. And this is going to pretty much be like your state schools or state universities. And again, I want to emphasize, these numbers are not the overall cost. This is the plain old price tag for tuition, not after financial aid is considered. No, this is tuition. Now, we come to the third category, which is my favorite. I mean, it ought to be all of our favorite. This one is your dream school. The sky's the limit. So we're going to go ahead and designate it by a star. This third category, this is your dream school. This one is dependent on how much effort you are willing to commit to saving money for it. Scholarships and work will be necessary. But trust me, this is your dream school. It'll be worth all the hard-earned cash in the end. But remember, you're doing all this without student loans. You're doing it debt-free. And I'll cover this in another video later, but for now, please know that student loans are a major detriment to your financial future. I would hate for you or I or any other student to suffer the anxiety and stress that student loans heap on top of whatever financial burden they would normally cause. So they look enticing, but to use an analogy, they are like ravenous wolves coming after sheep, but the wolves are in sheep's clothing. I hope these tips help you, especially those high school seniors of you who are watching. As you're thinking about what college you're going to attend, please make a wise decision and choose a college that you can afford. That's it for this week's video. If you found this content helpful, or you want to share it with a friend, or maybe see more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe and check that notification bell right beside it. And remember that you have what it takes to free your future. You got this.